Hello and happy Wednesday. Today on the Busy Bride podcast, I'm coming to you solo to chat about a wedding trend I've seen a lot of this past year, and that shows no sign of stopping: bridal pearls. I've seen pearls incorporated in so many ways, and I honestly love it. Let's get into it.
Hello and welcome to the Busy Bride podcast. I'm your host, Gabriella Marie, and I created this podcast to help you research vendors and learn valuable advice as you plan the most special and true to you wedding day of your dreams. Let's get started.
Okay, so I have to confess up front, I'm a big pearl girly. I still have the same pair of fake pearl earrings I wore, I kid you not, every single day in middle school and probably most of high school. I still wear them proudly to this day. I was really big into, like the cutesy Ariana Grande phase when she first launched her singing career, and her songs were all for like preteen girls who loved pink bows and love everything. I was hooked. I was full on Ariana Grande. And I think she said recently that she hated that phase of her life, which made me sad because I loved it. But anyway, I have been loving the trend of pearls and wedding days. There's just something so elegant about them. I don't know. I just feel like they really enhance anything they're included in. So now that you know that I am biased towards pearls, let's talk about where I've seen them on wedding days. So the first thing that comes to mind is pearls on veils. And I'm not talking about the little rimmed edges of the veil, although those are pretty. I mean there are pearls all throughout the veil, studded throughout the veil to give it texture. I think it's such a beautiful look, and it really complements a very simple wedding dress because it adds some spunk and some fun and some whimsy to your outfit without overdoing it at all. And they're also really fun for photos. So, as a photographer, love playing with them in bridal portraits and in couples photos. There's this really fun bridal portrait pose I started doing this year where the veil is flipped over the front of the bride's face, and then she's playing mime inside the veil, with her hands just kind of moving it around. Sounds super weird. Promise it's super fun. It's a very editorial pose that makes you look like you belong on the cover of Vogue. So I love it. And having pearls in your having pearls in your veil, really makes this sort of photo pop because there's just added texture. It's not just a sheer veil that you're holding up. So big fan of the pearl studded veil. Love, can't get enough. The second thing is pearls on sheer bridal gloves. I love these so much. It's such a statement piece. They're like these sheer gloves that go up over your elbow sometimes, onto your bicep, and they're studded with pearls. They are so, so pretty. The only the only trouble I've seen with these is I had one bride, I think I was second shooting this wedding. She wore them for the ceremony, so when it came time to exchange the rings, her husband put the rings on top of her gloves, and then she had to switch it afterwards, which is totally fine. And a lot of brides switch the rings afterwards anyway if the wedding band is put on top of the engagement ring, because then you flip it. So no big deal. It was just really funny that she was like, I didn't really think that through going into it. So that's the only thing to consider with the gloves. But man, I love them so much. They are so great for bridal portraits. It just adds another layer. It's kind of like its own prop. It really elevates your portraits. We'll have so much fun with them. And if you're doing a separate bridal session, apart from your wedding day, which a lot of brides in the South will do. I went to college in the South, and I know a lot of people who did separate bridal sessions before their wedding day, kind of paired it up with their hair makeup trial. So they had time to just play around and have amazing bridal portraits. Anyway, that would be a great opportunity to wear these sheer gloves. So pearls on bridal gloves is the second one. The third is pearls on shoes. I just photographed a beautiful elopement, and the bride wore this super cute, short silk dress. I can't say that right. short silk dress. Yes. And her shoes were so pretty. They had this like diagonal strap across the front of her shoes, and that strap was studded with pearls. So it was like a subtle addition of the pearls, but it made for such an elegant look. And the location we were photographing at for their elopement had this like black and white tile floor, and the black parts of the tile floor reflected back up. So I had her stand on the part of the tile floor where her shoes were reflecting, and it was stunning. It was so, so pretty. And so the pearls in the shoes, she matched those pearl shoes with a semicircle gold bracelet that had two pearls on either end, and then a really simple gold necklace with a single pearl laying like right where her collarbone bones met, like in the center of your chest. Yeah, it was such a great look. Very simple, but very elegant and classy. Which leads me to my next piece, pearl jewelry. I feel like I don't know if I'm totally wrong with this, but I feel like pearls always used to be incorporated with silver, but recently I've seen pearl accents with gold jewelry and even combined with diamonds, especially in earrings. Um, this has just been something I've noticed recently. I've been doing it myself. I actually got my friend gifted me a pair of like pearl cluster earrings, but all of the metal that holds it together is gold. She gifted it to me as a bridesmaid at her wedding. She gifted all the bridesmaids those earrings for her wedding. And I love the combination of pearl with gold. I think it makes the pearl stand out and the gold stand out because they're kind of contrasting. So, big fan of that. And this is such a side note, but we're going there because it's a trend episode. We're having fun. My boyfriend, after she gifted me those earrings, my boyfriend then got me a necklace for Christmas that was a gold necklace that had some pearl studs in it, so it matched the earrings. He's the best. Love him so much. But yeah, love the gold, love the pearls. Big fan of pearl jewelry. It again, such elegant and classy look, and it can be. I've even seen pearl earrings where it's like they're long, dangly earrings, but they're so lightweight. And if you have like a updo or you're wearing a ponytail, especially for your wedding day, then these earrings are beautiful. It's just like a gold thin chain with like 4 or 5 pearls throughout. I don't know if I'm explaining it the right way, but they're very, very pretty. Big fan of those. So, pearl jewelry is the fourth. Fifth thing that I've seen lots of pearls involved in is hair pieces. So, I've seen like almost brooch like hair pieces. That's totally not the right way to describe it, but this is a podcast, so I'm doing my best. It's like a whole like statement piece that you just kind of put in your hair. It's already done together. And it's a bunch of pearls. It looks very, very pretty. Looks really good in like a classic bridal low bun. I've also seen bobby pins with pearls on the end for like a more simple look. And then more recently, I was second shooting a wedding where the hair and makeup artist was putting individual pearls into the curls of a bridesmaid who had like a glam wave hair down look. So her hair was literally studded with pearls. It was so, so pretty. And all the bridesmaids had pearls in their hair. And then the bride had like a pearl statement piece in her hair. I was obsessed, big fan, love so much. Pearls in the hair. Okay, sixth pearl, the thing that I haven't seen in person yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did this year. Pearl infused bows. I feel like hair bows are making a comeback in 2025, and I simply could not be happier about it. I just got 4 bows for my hair. Throwback to those early Ariana Grande days. If you know what I'm talking about, you just know. And since pearls are also having a bridal moment, I can totally see them combined. I literally just looked up on Pinterest to see if it was a thing, and it's a thing. So, like, think like a sheer white bow, but studded with pearls. Literally, I'm like making a mental note for my own wedding one day. And this is nice because you don't have to wear this all day. You can take the bow in and out, so it can be an extra statement piece for part of your wedding day. And then you can, let loose at your reception. And then the last thing is more specific to weddings with like a coastal theme, and it's oyster shell details. And I'm including these oysters in the trend episode because they make pearls, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I could be so wrong, but we're just gonna roll with it. These oyster shells, they're so cute. They're such a like pretty addition to your flat lay. I saw them at a beach wedding at the Jersey Shore this year. I think it was Cape May, and it enhanced the flat lay details so much because it doubles as a dish. So you can put your rings in there, your earrings, your necklace, perfume, some florals, or you can just have it as a standalone piece to bring a more ocean coastal vibe element to your flat lay. So that's something else to include in your wedding. And that's all I have for you for the Pearl Trend episode. If you're planning on using pearls in your wedding in a way that I did not cover in this episode, please let me know because I would love to hear. I love seeing the way pearls are being used in weddings right now. You can actually like comment in the Spotify episode. If you're listening on Spotify, there's a way to comment and share what you're using pearls in for your wedding day. And that way other couples who are listening to this episode can see that as well. So I hope you took something away from this episode. And if you're loving the show, if you're loving these new trend episodes, I would super appreciate if you clicked the follow button if you're listening on Spotify. I think Apple Music does that too. Not positive. But I'm a Spotify girly. If you're listening on Spotify, click that follow. That lets you know when new episodes drop so you never miss out on wedding tips, trends, and advice from recent brides. So, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time. Now, go hug your person, and I will see you next Wednesday.